Welcome again for Science 25 lab. Today we are going to do the experiment 10, which is titration of commercial antacid. So when we are going to use antacid, when we eat oily food, sometimes we have more than normal quantity of acid produced in our stomach. So what happens is, to neutralize this acid, we use antacid in our like CVS or somewhere. You can use the thumbs, what we use as antacid. Okay, so the thing is, what is the active ingredients for antacid, why we use it? So there has calcium carbonate, which is the active ingredients in antacid. What is done is, so calcium carbonate, which is solid, which is thumbs the tablet, which react with hydrochloric acid, which is in aqueous solution, because in our stomach there is the solution of the acid. So they react and produce calcium chloride, water as a liquid, and produce carbon dioxide gas. And that gas, we, somehow it just releases from our body. Okay. So in this experiment, what we are going to do, we are using the excess quantity of hydrochloric acid. We are going to see that how many moles of hydrochloric acid react with our thumbs or antacid, calcium carbonate, and then we will see that the remaining, because this calcium carbonate should be the limiting reactant. So after doing in our experiment, so it should be the limiting reactant. So there should be excess amount of hydrochloric acid, which I'm going to use it. I'm going to do the titration with sodium hydroxide and excess amount of hydrochloric acid, which will produce the sodium chloride and water. So here in this experiment, we are going to use the phenolphthalein, because the phenolphthalein helps to indicate, because our solution is acid, so it should show up the purple color. We will see in our experiment. Okay, so let's go to the experiment then. So what we need in this experiment, we need Erlenmeyer flask, which is 125 milliliter. Okay, this experiment should be, you have to do 2 trial, but I'm going to show only 1 trial how to do that. We need the antacid tablet, which is you can get from the CVS and anywhere. Okay, we need the hydrochloric acid, and the molarity you can find it out from the bottle. So during the lab, when you get from the bottle, it's always show the molarity, 4.28 molarity right now in my experiment. So hydrochloric acid, what we need is, you need 50 milliliter. We are going to use 25 milliliter of pipette. So 2 times you have to use it. So 25 milliliter, you need 2 Erlenmeyer flask. So 25 milliliter, 25 milliliter, 2 times you have to do the trial. So that's why I took more than 50 milliliter. Because sometimes if you take exactly 50 milliliter, when you try to use the pipette, sometimes you can see the bubble. So we don't want the bubble when we take out the hydrochloric acid or any solution. Then we need the sodium hydroxide, 0.215 molarity. You can see from the bottle. Okay, we are going to use the 50 milliliter of burette. So that's why I took like 60 milliliter, so that I don't get it. I need some excess because I have to neutralize my burette too. Okay. Okay, that's all. And this phenolphthalein, which I'm going to use to get my end point of my titration, and some hot water to, because first time when we use the thumbs with the acid, it will produce carbon dioxide gas, which I don't want. Any carbon dioxide gas will react with my sodium hydroxide. Okay, so let's begin. First, so I'm going to take 25 milliliter of hydrochloric acid now. Okay, it's more than 25 now from the mark. Now I'm going to use my meniscus curve to get exact amount of hydrochloric acid. So when you take the reading of from any glassware like burette or pipette, make sure this is on the eye level so that you get the exact amount. Okay, that's my meniscus curve. Okay, I'm getting exact amount of 25 milliliter of hydrochloric acid, and make sure you don't have any bubble. Okay, so now I'm transferring it to my flask. Almost done. All right, so I'm transferring the whole amount of 25 milliliter of hydrochloric acid. Now with this hydrochloric acid, I'm going to use the antacid. I'm not going to crush it because I don't want to waste any active ingredients, which is calcium carbonate, to lose it. So I'm just taking only one tablet. You can see some bubble is producing. Okay, so that means carbon dioxide gas which is producing. I have to wait until it diluted with my acid, and then I'm going to the next part. Okay, so I put my antacid in my hydrochloric acid. I showed you that there is a carbon dioxide gas producing. You can see the bubble. What I told you before, like I don't want any more carbon dioxide to react with my sodium hydroxide. So that's why I'm going to warm it up, my hydrochloric acid, so that no more carbon dioxide will remain. So I will going to use only the reaction should be only sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid, no carbon dioxide, nothing. Okay, so that's why I'm going to warm it up. So and in the meantime, I'm going to prepare my burette. I'm going to use my sodium hydroxide, right? As I told you before, when I use my pipette, I don't want any more chemical. If there is any more chemical remain in my burette or pipette, so that's why I will use my sodium hydroxide. I'm going to use sodium hydroxide in my burette. I'm going to neutralize it with my sodium hydroxide. Make sure you put something like waste container or something in the sink, because when you read the burette, it should be on eye level. Okay, one more thing, this way, the horizontal way, the burette is closed, and this way, the vertical way, my pipette is on. So that means the liquid can transfer. Okay, before I neutralize it, I should close it. Okay, remember, nothing is going to sink. So I use my waste container. I took a little bit of my sodium hydroxide up to like 5 milliliter, you can say. Okay, so as this portion is open, so I just keep it like this so that nothing is going to spill. Okay, and I'm going to clean it up with my sodium hydroxide. Okay, I cleaned it. Now I'm going to drain it. All right, now I need, as it is cleaned with my sodium hydroxide, now I'm going to pour it. So this is 50 milliliter of burette, right? So here is my 0. I will pour my sodium hydroxide above 0 mark, and then I will use my meniscus curve to get exact amount of 50 milliliter. All right, above 0. So this is my meniscus curve. If you see the background, this is my meniscus curve. It should be touch the bottom part. The bottom of the meniscus curve should touch the 0. So then I can get the exact amount of my 50 milliliter of sodium hydroxide. Okay. So now I'm going to, and when you read, it should be on eye level so that you can read the exact mark. Okay. Remember, nothing is pouring. I'm inside the sink or into the sink. Okay, let me do it. Okay, I got exact amount of, so you can see my meniscus curve touches the line of 0. Okay, the bottom part. So my burette is prepared. Make sure it's not leaking. There is no bubble, so I have nothing in here, so I'm good. All right. So I showed you how to get the 25 milliliter of hydrochloric acid. You will use the same procedure to get the another 25 milliliter of hydrochloric acid. So inside this flask, I have 50 milliliter of hydrochloric acid. You can see the white thing, which is actually the magnet, which helps me to get the stirring. Okay. The tablet, I crushed it because it takes a little bit longer to dissolve. So I crushed it and I'm pouring it here. All right. Just make it dissolve with my stirring. You can see some bubble, which is actually the carbon dioxide gas. Here I'm doing nothing, just dissolve my tablet to the acid. This device is actually helping two things. It's stirring and also it can heat it up. Okay, so at the meantime, as it is stirring and also I'm heating up, so that the carbon dioxide only I will do the titration only with the hydrochloric acid, not the carbon dioxide gas. I don't want the carbon dioxide gas to interrupt my titration. Okay. So it's already dissolved and I can see my bubble carbon dioxide gas, and I'm heating up. Okay, so I crushed my antacid, I diluted it with the hydrochloric acid. I don't want any carbon dioxide gas to react with my titration, that's why I boiled it, then I cooled it, okay, with my cold bath, and now I'm going to add 3 drops of phenolphthalein. This phenolphthalein helps me to get my end point of my titration. I'm going to add 3 drops. Phenolphthalein help me to get my end point. That means as it is acid, it will get a purple color. You can see that for using my antacid, it's a green color. It's hard to get my purple color end point, but you will get it. So start my titration. As I told you, this way is close the horizontal way, the vertical point. The vertical way is open, the burette. I have my 50 ml of sodium hydroxide. So I'm adding it drop by drop. Okay. This one. You can see when I drop it, a little purple color is inside, but when it's like 30 seconds, if my purple color stays, that means it should be my end point. So I think it's going to be the end point. So I'm going to add it very little by little so that I will not going to over try it. Okay. You see, it stays. So that means it's about 10 point. I think it's already done. Before maybe 1 drop more, it will be more over treated. So let me get the reading, and then I will put 1 more drop again. So as I told you, like I need to, when I read it, it should be eye level. So now I'm going to read it. 15 milliliter of sodium hydroxide I have used. So I will use one more drop to check that if I'm not over titrated. Check. So you can see that this one more drop, it changed the color. My green color is over titrated right now. So I can say that 15 milliliter was the correct quantity of sodium hydroxide which I poured, and that was my end point. So let's come to the calculation part. As I showed you on my titration, I use my 15 milliliter of sodium hydroxide, right? So now come to the overall reaction and calculation. First, I use my antacid, calcium carbonate, which reacts with 2 mole of hydrochloric acid and produce calcium chloride, water, and carbon dioxide. Now, in a bottle, in the beginning of the experiment, I showed you that in the bottle there has hydrochloric acid. It showed the molarity, right? It showed the molarity for hydrochloric acid and also for sodium hydroxide. As I'm going to do the reaction and everything, we always use the moles. So molarity, which is usually, if you define it, it should be the mole per liter. So molarity is actually mole per liter. So on the bottle, it was labeled 0.428 mole per liter of hydrochloric acid. I used 50 milliliter of hydrochloric acid, used my 25 milliliter pipette twice and put it on my flask. So that means 50 milliliter. As it is in liter, I cannot work with the milliliter. It should be converted to the liter so that I can liter and liter cancel and I can get the mole. Okay. So total mole, after doing the calculation, I get 0.0214 mole of hydrochloric acid I'm going to use in this experiment. Now, the next part is the titration. Sodium hydroxide, which reacts with hydrochloric acid and produce sodium chloride and water. Same thing on the bottle of the sodium hydroxide, you see the molarity, which is 0.215 mole per liter. In the bottle it says M, capital M, which is mole per liter actually. I used 15 milliliter because 15 milliliter of sodium hydroxide I delivered to the flask. So this 15 milliliter comes from that. Burette is 50 milliliter, but from that 50 milliliter of sodium hydroxide, I just used only 15 milliliter of sodium hydroxide. So same thing, milliliter, I have to convert to the liter so that I can cancel my liter and get my mole. So after doing the calculation, I get 0.00323 mole of sodium hydroxide I have used in this experiment. Now, this is a stoichiometry reaction and it's my balanced reaction. Okay, same mole of I used, same mole of element or compound I have ended up. So you can see that there is no number, right? So 1 is hidden. So that means my reaction is 1-to-1 ratio. So now I'm going to use like how many mole of hydrochloric acid I have used for my experiment, right? Because the hydrochloric acid reacts with thums, the antacid, and also it reacts with sodium hydroxide. This part, I know that how many moles of sodium hydroxide I have used in this experiment. Now my work is to find out how many moles of hydrochloric acid I have used to react with sodium hydroxide. So now number of mole of hydrochloric acid, how can I find it out? This is my sodium hydroxide I have used in my experiment. Sodium hydroxide, I have used hydrochloric acid, right? These two, 1-to-1 ratio. So if you want to get something like here, mole of hydrochloric acid, you are trying to find it out, you should cancel your sodium hydroxide. So that's why my sodium hydroxide the number is at the bottom so that I can cancel it out, right? So sodium hydroxide, it should be cancelled. You will get how many moles of hydrochloric acid you have used. As it is 1-to-1 ratio, the same mole of sodium hydroxide you have used and the same mole of hydrochloric acid you have used in this reaction. Now, I'm trying to find it out how many moles of hydrochloric acid I have used when I used my antacid. So this was my total mole of hydrochloric acid I have used in my total experiment. So if I, from the total, if I cancel it out from how many moles of hydrochloric acid I have used for during my reaction with sodium hydroxide, so that I can easily find out how many moles of calcium carbonate I have used in my reaction, the first experiment, when I use my antacid. So number of hydrochloric acid reacted with calcium carbonate from the total minus from how many moles of hydrochloric acid I have used my sodium hydroxide, right? So this mole of hydrochloric acid is actually reacted in the beginning of my experiment when I use my antacid to do the reaction. So now come to the next part, how many mole of hydrochloric acid used when I use my antacid to do the reaction. So this was my mole of hydrochloric acid I have used when I do the reaction with the antacid tablet. Now I'm going to trying to get how many, what's the amount of mass of calcium carbonate I have used, okay? So as you see, this is also stoichiometry reaction. This time I have 1 mole of calcium carbonate which react with 2 mole of hydrochloric acid, okay? So this is 1-to-2 ratio, okay? So this mole of hydrochloric acid is actually react with calcium carbonate. So 0.01817 mole of hydrochloric acid which reacts with 2 mole of hydrochloric acid and 1 mole of calcium carbonate. As I want to know the mass of calcium carbonate, I should cancel my hydrochloric acid, right? So I cancelled my hydrochloric acid, so I get the mole of calcium carbonate. Now I want the mass, so it should be, my unit should be in a gram or milligram, right? So that's why I use my periodic table. You will go to the periodic table, you get the mass for calcium, you get the mass of carbon, and you get the mass of oxygen, but oxygen has 3 mole, right? So 3 times, you can see on the periodic table 15.99, which is the mass of oxygen. So you will multiply that, add it up, you will get 100.0869 gram. So this is gram per mole, the molar mass. This is actually the molar mass of calcium carbonate. So gram per mole, and I'm trying to find out in milligram because in the bottle of antacid it says that 750 milligram. So my unit should be the same. That's why I converted it from gram to milligram. 1 gram is 1000 milligram. So I ended up with 909.29 milligram of calcium carbonate. Now I'm trying to get the error, okay? So my percent error is the measured one, which one you get from the after the experiment. So this is from the experiment minus the non. The non number is on the bottle, 750 milligram times 100%. So I get little bit off. It could be because I crushed my tablet. Some of the content could be remain on the paper, and when I transferred it, it could be on the side of the flask. So I get the error from there. If I just use my tablet, maybe I would not gonna get that much error. You should be like exact or could be a little bit off.